That would be a thing. We'll see what time of day this is. Oh, that'll do. Tordek's favourite weather, but never mind. How do I drive this thing again? That one, that one. Open the doors. Turn the instrument lights on. CFR, no, that's battery. CFR and PZB are on. Got the correct mode. Headlights, cab light, passenger lights need to be on. Headlights on there. Spotlight, don't want that. Where's the wipers? Somewhere around here there's wipers. Or are they down here? Dan TM Funny Dog, thank you very much for that follow, much appreciated. TV Lady, I'm not sure if I picked up your resub, but thank you very much indeed. Wait until 12:35. Was the window reframed for the DTG stream? How do you mean, Demon Jam? Oh, actually. This one. Train, no. FIS, route. Both. We're doing RE11 to Duisburg, which is M Gladbach, I think. Yep. It's better. Lock the doors. Oh, sorry, in TSW the incline decline. Yeah, I'd like to get gradient profile on this, but you can't do it at the moment, I'm afraid. Change my units. Oh, having an XPT in the NRM would be really cool, Dave Train. Do I prefer Unreal or Unity? I've not really done much with Unity, to be fair, so I probably can't give a balanced view on that, but I do really, really like Unreal. Are you sure? Yeah, I was going to say Diesel Railcar Simulator, I thought it was Unity. Right, Wattenscheid 3 kilometres. Or you're talking hypotheticals at this point, Mike. I've got no idea. I like the route as it stands. If I was going to extend anywhere, personally, I'd want to extend the high speed. Citrus Sausages, thank you very much indeed for that donation. Very much appreciated. We're up to 640 now. That's an amazing job, folks. Absolutely amazing. Unlike my stop here, which is going to be far from amazing. Oof. Hot pink javelin. It's still in the platform though, so you know what? It's good enough. Literally about to press T. Are there already Steam locos planned for TSW? Planned is a strong word for it. We definitely want to do Steam locos, so it's more about figuring out. We need time from the tech artists to sort out how to do the particle effects efficiently and properly, so they give the right visual impression without slaughtering the CPU and the GPU, which particle effects can so easily do. Then the biggest issue, to be honest, is the training and the tutorial side of it, because steam engines are they don't sell fantastically well. People don't really enjoy them, even though a lot of people buy them, because they're difficult to use. And when someone takes the time to learn a steam engine, they then don't get back to it again. If they forget, they just, no, I don't want to learn it again. So it becomes a really negative experience for people that aren't hardcore into those things. And that's wrong. It needs to be enjoyable for everybody without taking away the accuracy and authenticity. So it's trying to find that that mechanism, which I think, pretty much got a handle on how to do. It's just doing it. So... It's not even just about auto fireman. It's about managing cutoff and managing the brakes. So people find the 101 frustrating because of the manual brakes, the manually lapped brakes. But if you're doing that, then you add in how to manage cutoff as well. Those two things are the things that most people get wrong on a steam engine, in that they leave the brakes in released, and they leave the cutoff at full forward. And then can't understand why they're running out of steam everywhere. Wayne is hitting the windscreen. You can't really see it very well, but it is hitting the windscreen. And then the wipers are clearing it. Yeah, the gears are a challenge as well. Yeah. So yeah, for me, it's about doing Steam when it can be done in a way that everyone can enjoy it, because then we'll get a lot more out of Steam. It would be easy to just do a steam engine, but write all the physics code, which is not trivial, but it's a doable job. It's probably not that much harder, if at all, than all of the amazing amount of work that's ended up having to go into diesel-electric simulation. So you could put a steam engine in the game. It would be, really authentic with the way that TSW manages controls and simulation and so forth. But then only half a dozen people would actually enjoy it. Drop into 440 at the next signal. Well, yes, Ed. My ideal is that it offers the same as TSW normally does. It offers an authentic simulation, but then also offers an assisted simulation. That's my ideal. I don't know whether that's how it'll end up or what we'll end up with, but my ideal is that you end up with authentic and assisted. So that if you want to drive it realistically, you can. If you want to drive it easily, so that you can just experience the sort of the visual and audible glory of steam engines, then you can do that too. We must have a pacer first. We're never going to get away from people saying TSW is like an arcade game. It's just they're saying it because I have no idea why they're saying it. There's nothing arcade gamey about TSW at all, but it's one of those things that there's nothing I can do about it. That's fine. They're entitled to their views. The TS1 has a point system as well, bad guy, and now it doesn't have a point system, so right, open the jaws. You guess nice graphics and good looking menu equals arcade. Yeah, there's when I asked people about it on one of the forums, I think it's on Alan Thompson's Facebook, we had quite a long, good discussion actually, but it very quickly veered away from what is it an arcade to what else would I like it to do, and became a wish list thread. But adhesion, yeah, that clearly came up as being a thing, and I would agree with that. But yeah, people just don't like the idea of a debrief screen that rates how you were, and scoring. What's the way you can just ignore it? I sometimes think that calling something an arcade game is just meant to be a weak insult, so I generally ignore it these days. Mullum Ruhr. BMJ, you're coding in Python. No one's perfect. Yeah, I like the debrief as well. I always look at the debrief and I can see better what happened during the session. You know, it's always a way to review it and see, you know, have I done it better? Could I have done it better? Is this better than I would normally have done it? It's more about self-improvement, which was the point of the debrief screen. Yeah, it's an excellent guide, Steam Trains. Right, 8 kilometres to the next station. Hey, Lord Manzi, how's it going? Oh, nice. Dante and Funny Dog. Yep, about the Sheffield route. No, I wasn't aware. I'm not entirely familiar with all the stuff Just Trains have been doing. Although I've been really super pleased to see this stuff coming out on Steam. That's really good to see. P's got 3 buttons, Crucible. I don't think there's too many yellows on the Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr, but I set this timetable up to basically, I copied it train by train, time by time from the real timetable, and surprise, surprise, the trains run fluidly smooth. This was such an easy timetable to make, just because I copied the real thing and it worked first time. It's like literally every simulation I did as I built it worked and there was no issues with it. I was blown away. But that's because somebody else has already done the hard work of figuring out and balancing the timetable out. Yeah, boiler pressure is definitely a key thing to try and manage in a steam engine. And working out how do I get more power versus pressure. Do I need to save some pressure for a hill that's coming up, or use some pressure because I've got a downhill coming up, or there's all sorts of strategies, and therefore driving a steam engine, if you're driving it properly, becomes much more strategic about knowing the train, knowing the line, knowing the loco and its characteristics. It's much more personal. It's a much more real thing. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy driving steam engines. Dropping to 100. What route is this? This is Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr, sorry. Academy would be great, Dave Train. Totally agree. Academy took a long time to make though. Hi Alex, I'm doing good, thank you. £640 on the donations. Don't forget, trying to raise money for the NHS Charities Together and Médecins Sans Frontières, otherwise known as the Doctors Without Borders, all helping in the coronavirus related activities. Likewise the same. If I'm paying attention, Steam Trains Unlimited, you know, you know how to balance your pressure and and keep it right. But equally well, if you lose concentration or sit there looking at chat for too long, you can equally well fall into a problem. McBone, hello all. Question for Matt: have you tried Great British Railway journeys? No, I haven't actually. But obviously, everyone's played the routes before. Duisburg in 7.6 kilometers. Well, it doesn't seem to be causing any problems, bad guy, the age thing. I've not had anything flagged up. Hey Hobby, how's it going? 422 over there. Have you played the Steam Trains Unlimited? Have you played the workshop version of the Somerset and Dorset, the one that goes all the way to Bournemouth? I quite like the northbound run because if you've not been looking after your house properly, then suddenly you've got a train in a bad situation when you start hitting the grades at the northern half of the route, which is quite nice. Well, it's good to see you back again, Hobby. Chris, you'd like to see extended to Balby Potash? Yeah, likewise. I'd like to see more of the industries added as well. Yeah, I find mostly driving steam engine is just once you know what you're looking for, it's just keeping an eye on it and doing the necessary things, little bits over time, and it's not hard to do. It gets hard when you stop paying attention or you aren't looking properly, and then suddenly you find yourself having to try and catch up, and then the route gets ahead of you and you can't catch up enough, and then you've got a problem. Hoppy, you kind of have got dynamic weather in TS, but it's only used in like 1 or 2 scenarios in the whole game. Two kilometers. Yeah, the 204 is a great little loco, isn't it? Down to Man River did a good job on that. Can't find a map of Test Track. Just look for Wildenrath Test Track Crucible on Google or something. That's what Test Track is. Right, we've dropped to 85, so we've passed the first PZB milestone. We need to be under 65 before we get to the 500 Hertz. Wildenrath is test track. Test track in TS1 is modelled on Wildenrath. There's the 500 hertz. That little thing sneaks up on me. I'm always based on that one, and it's actually that one. That's your SPAD light. Do I still use Raildriver? It's still sitting here, but no, I don't really use it that much, mostly because unless I'm streaming, I'm generally playing TSW. It's the longest train I've ever driven. Probably on Canadian Mountain Passes. I think one of the scenarios there had like a 250 car train. Where all the snow doesn't load in. I'm not aware of that one, Alex. Yeah, I'm using the keyboard and the mouse today. Hoppy, just what I normally do. Morning, Celozor. Lock the doors. Sit here staring at the screen. What is lunch today? Not sure. I might make myself some mee goreng noodles. Ah, oh, look at that speed curve. Ooh, level 100. Sweet.